Good evening. Former United States President Bill Clinton has vehemently denied any knowledge of the criminal activities of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein during a congressional hearing held behind closed doors. In a statement released on the platform X, the former president asserted, and I quote, "I saw nothing and did nothing wrong." President Clinton faced members of Congress regarding his past connections to Epstein, who died in 2019. He reiterated that he was unaware of any criminal offenses committed by the financier. Clinton described his acquaintance with Epstein as brief, stating that it concluded years before Epstein's heinous crimes came to light. He emphasized that during their limited interactions he perceived no signs whatsoever of what was truly happening. Addressing his testimony under oath, Clinton stated his intention to speak only to what he was certain of, noting that those listening would often hear me say that I do not remember. He firmly refused to engage in speculation or conjecture, declaring that he would not play detective 24 years later. This significant testimony took place at Clinton's residence in Chappaqua, New York. It marks a historic occasion, as it is the first time a former United States president has been compelled to testify before members of Congress in such a manner. The preceding day, Thursday, his wife, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, had also provided her testimony. Reports indicate that the relationship between the Clintons and Epstein, along with his former associate Ghislaine Maxwell, was publicly known from the late 1990s to the early 2000s. In recent weeks, several photographs of the former president have surfaced in documents related to the investigations into Epstein and Maxwell, which were released by the United States Department of Justice. The interactions appeared to be very familiar, suggesting a close acquaintance. Information reveals that Epstein visited the White House 17 times during Bill Clinton's presidency. Furthermore, Clinton is reported to have traveled on an aircraft owned or chartered by Epstein at least 27 times. Following his presidency, Epstein significantly supported the Clinton Foundation financially. The Congressional Committee's objective is not to initiate new investigations, as it lacks the legal authority to do so. Instead, its primary aim is to foster transparency and clearly demonstrate the vast and intricate network that connected the wealthy and influential, who seemingly found common ground through Epstein. Political dimensions also factor into these proceedings. The Democratic members of the Congressional Committee investigating Epstein view Bill Clinton's compelled testimony as a precedent that should extend to former President Donald Trump. Citing Trump's own connections to Epstein, Democratic Representative Robert Garcia called for President Trump to be asked to testify before the committee without delay. However, the Republican chairman of the committee, James Comer, has indicated an unwillingness to pursue this. It is believed that while Trump attempts to deflect the entire issue towards the Clintons, these testimonies may boomerang, making it more probable that Trump himself will eventually be subpoenaed. What's your take on Bill Clinton denies Epstein knowledge in congressional hearing? Share your view in the comments. Do you think this will matter in the next news cycle? This video was generated using artificial intelligence.